for the Mourner's Kaddish on page 294. Yikadal v'yikadash shmei Rabbah, v'yamad divrach hirutei, v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon, v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agalah v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach, v'olam omei amaya. Yiparach v'ishtabach, v'pa'ar v'tramam v'naseh, v'tadar v'talev v'talal, shmei d'kudashah brichu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, Tishbachata v'nechamata, Damiram be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mirmav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to all who mourn, to which we offer. Amen. Amen. Friends, please be seated. It is now my distinct honor to invite to our bima to offer some important words to our congregation, our long-standing member, our member of our executive team, many of our good friends, and a long-time Zionist and supporter of the State of Israel, Larry Smith.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Lador Vador, from generation to generation. But that doesn't mean only passing the Torah. There's more responsibility passed from generation to generation. 50 years ago this week, on this sacred piece of land, before this temple was built, a few days after the start of the Yom Kippur War, Abe Durbin, the founder of this temple, called together a group of men to stand on this land and donate money to Israel to help Israel defend itself and defend Judaism. And now, 50 years later, this generation has been called upon to answer the call because of what I deem the Simchat Torah massacre. For 50 years I have been fighting my whole career against anti-Semitism, hatred of Israel, and hatred of Jews. But never in that 50 years have I encountered such an enormous outpouring of support for Israel as has happened in the last few days. From the government to the President of the United States on down to state officials, local officials, foreign countries, the Prime Minister of the UK, the President of France, the Chancellor of Germany, the Prime Minister of Australia. Strong, strong support for Israel. This has never happened before. And what's even more important is local community support from groups that never stood up before for Israel. All religions, races, and creeds. Thank God for that. But we have a responsibility too. Lador Vador, it's time. We have to speak up. Sheila and I have seen the hatred of a certain group of people towards Jews. We were in Israel, in Kiryat Shmona, in the early 80s, sleeping in a motel on the kibbutz grounds. We left, and the next day on television, we saw that motel blown apart and the room we were in totally destroyed. We were in Jerusalem for the first Intifada and saw the hatred of the people in those days who just threw rocks and bottles, not what happened in the last few days. This is the time for us to speak up. Lador Vador, It is now our responsibility. We carry that sacred burden, and we must acquit that burden. We must help Israel. We must do what we can, because they are fighting not only for Israel, they are fighting for Judaism. They are fighting for Jews all over the world. If we don't speak up, who will? We must help. I want to thank those of you who have already pledged and or donated money, and we're hoping that many more of you will do so the temple can make a strong donation, as Matt indicated, to the Jewish Federation of Broward. All that money goes to the defense of Israel and the defense of Judaism. And I'm going to leave you with two stories. One, there was a German author and philosopher, Thomas Niemöller, the Second World War, who wrote, "First they came for the trade unionists, and I wasn't a trade unionist, so I didn't speak up. Then they came for the gypsies and the communists, and I was neither, so I didn't speak up. Then they came for the Jews, and I wasn't a Jew, so I didn't speak up. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak up." And the second story, this generation's story, what we must do now. Monday morning, at the El Al ticket counter at JFK Airport, an Orthodox man stood by the counter, and every Israeli that came to the counter with a call-up slip from the reserve, he paid for their ticket home. 250. He paid for them all. We have that responsibility. That's what it means, Lador Vador. This is our generation. Thank God I'm still here to be part of this generation too. There are only a few of us left. Jerry Topping is here. I believe he was here on that day. Rabbi Frazen, Joel Wilentz, anyone else? But 50 years ago, still fresh in my mind. But what can be of even more help is doing that today. So please, do what you can. Give what you can. This is a fight because now it's the savagery that we've never seen before. Now we must answer and respond from our own community to this hatred and this violence. We have to protect the Jewish community and Judaism. Thank you.
And now we have some words of our announcements and some Shabbat greetings from our past president, David Topping.
Shabbat Shalom to the family of Solel and to our friends of Solel, on behalf of the board and clergy. Please join Rabbi Plost tomorrow morning at 9:30 for Torah study. I really urge you to participate. And of course, we'll be here next Friday, October 20th at 7:30 for Shabbat services, where Rabbi Plost and our wonderful Cantorial soloist Karen Pincus will lead us in Shabbat ritual. We thank the instructors and participants of our Wellness Wednesday classes, which continue on each week. Please check the Pathfinder for details. Sisterhood asks that you register online for their much-anticipated Sip, Shop, and Spa Day on October 22nd. This event is free to Sisterhood members, but please invite your friends and family. And a special thank you to the members of the Brotherhood, which gathered again last Saturday here at the temple for some Ethiopian food, as well as more typical Ashkenazi fare. Save this date in your calendar, November 11th. That's Solel's trivia night beginning at 6:30 p.m. Please let us know you're attending through the Pathfinder, and let us know if you're bringing team members so that your table can win the big prize. Dinner will be catered by our own artisan catering. With the help of the Sisterhood, Temple Solel is having a book club again. The discussion of Jacqueline Goldis's novel, The Chateau, begins at 7 p.m. on October 24th. Please join our Solel teens on October 29th for their 8th annual King Tide event at the Ann Kolb Nature Center. We'll hear from climate scientists, participate in interactive activities, and students can earn service hours for attending. The program, however, should be of interest to all congregants and friends, no matter what age you are. I'm sure we all have seen certain buildings and monuments lit up recently in blue and white all over the globe. In Paris, Berlin, Tokyo, in New York, Miami Beach, and Hollywood, Florida, as examples. It reminds me of a song, Kachol V'Lavan, that we used to sing as kids. Kachol V'Lavan, the blue and the white. No, I'm not going to sing it, but I'm going to give you a few bits of lyrics. Kachol V'Lavan, the blue and the white. These are the colors of my land. This is my color, all my days forever. Kachol V'Lavan, the blue and the white, hope for peace. Together we'll be by land and by sea in Eretz Yisrael, the land of the free. Let's stay together for Oneg after services, thanks to Jerry Topping, who sponsored tonight's Oneg. We appreciate him. We appreciate all of our Oneg sponsors. It's a great way to support your temple. Shabbat Shalom.
Let us rise together as we consecrate our Shabbat with Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lemase v'reishit ki hu yom techila b'mikra'e kodesh zecher letziat Mitzrayim kivanu achata leotanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava uvratzon Chaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat Amen. L'chaim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Kol hod balevav penima nefesh Yehudi omi ופתי מזרח קדימה, עין לציון צופיה. עוד לא אבדה תקוותנו, התקווה שנות 2000, להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון וירושלים. להיות עם חופשי בארצנו, ארץ ציון וירושלים.
May we remember the strength and resiliency of the Jewish people who time and again have overcome adversity in our people, in our land. May we be shining beacons of moral clarity, and may we be delivered to victory over our evil oppressors. And let us say, Amen.
Amen.
Shabbat Shalom.